If you want to get the top odds every time, bet with Top Sport's Same Game Multi. Top Sport. Feel the excitement.
Gamble responsibly.
Welcome back to another year of the Same Game Multi podcast. Hope you all had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I know we certainly did here amongst us, the boys. So looking forward to another big year of the podcast. Great show coming up today as well. Plenty to talk about over the summer. We'll catch up on what the lads did over the summer period. A bit of cricket, a bit of tennis, and turn our attention to the NRL, which is only a few short weeks away. So looking forward to that. As I welcome in for the year 2022 to my left, the red corner. Cheers, how are you, mate?
Good, boys. What's going on?
Welcome back.
We're here again.
And to my right, out the blue corner, Jared J-Rod, the Burtman. How are you, mate?
I hope you can edit that and look after me. Yeah, good, boys. It's good to be back, eh?
Welcome back. Season 2 of the podcast. First season was a cracker. We started out a bit rusty, boys, but improved along the way, and looking forward to a very big season and year this year with the show.
Yeah, it's funny. It takes a little bit to get used to, doesn't it? It's not like just having a yarn to someone in the street or at the pub about football. It's a little bit more to it than you think.
Just like the Terminator series, each year will get better.
100%, hopefully. Couldn't get much worse, but how was your off-season, boys? What did we do over the summer break?
My off-season was good. I ended up having 4.5 weeks off. Had a bit of the Sydney sneeze, tested positive to that, so had an extra week off. Went to work on the Friday, worked the Saturday morning. Then we originally had planned Australia Day Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We took our RDOs, and so I worked. What was that? 3.5 days in 6 weeks. So,
government worker.
Yeah, lucky I had. You'd know. Lucky I had some plenty sick leave and plenty holidays up my sleeve. So, but
all good now, mate. With the COVID, we shouldn't be wearing masks here.
Nah,
all good.
All good, mate. Yeah. So,
how did it affect you?
Just a head cold for 3 days. That was it.
Nothing, no major.
Nothing major. At first, I didn't even realise I had it.
And you're one of these fucking anti-vax cunts too, aren't you?
Depends on what vaccine it is.
Good to hear, mate. Glad to hear you're back with us. Yeah. We did have a replacement ready to go. Actually just had to cancel him today because he showed up a bit before you two did. Yeah. How about yourself, Ches? How was your off-season, mate? Your summer holiday? Get a bit of a break?
Unintentional break, yeah. Had to isolate there for a week with these bloody COVID symptoms and stuff. And then up testing negative. Absolute waste of time. Didn't do anything besides work. Watched a little bit of sport and drank a shitload of beers.
Just a normal
just
week?
A normal week.
And what a week it was.
Very good, boys. Glad to hear you had a good off-season and the summer break and back into the full swing of things now. Myself too, I got a couple of weeks off, which was nice. Went down to the hot country down there in Griffith and met up with some old friends. 40 degrees every day. Yeah. Lost about 8 kilos, but then put it on with eating all the gelato and the cannolis and everything like that. But anyway, it was good to get away for a bit. So I missed this. I missed our Wednesdays though. I really missed our Wednesday afternoons. This having a bit of a chat kind of became a bit of a staple of our lives last year. Every Wednesday we did it. I don't think I missed a show, unlike you two boys who lift your game a bit this year, hopefully. But I really enjoy this, coming here every Wednesday and having a chat, talking a bit of shit and having a few laughs. So
yeah, it's funny. It's like the very first Wednesday that we were off. So that was we finished on the Wednesday, and you know when you feel you've got a commitment, but you don't. Yeah, it's funny. Come Wednesdays, you know something. Like it's just because it's muscle memory from doing it all year, and then eventually you're not. Then you're sort of thinking, "Fuck, I've got to do something this afternoon," but you can't think of what it is.
I think you've forgotten something.
Yeah, exactly.
I think first 2 weeks we were off. I had a little afternoon siesta. Very rarely get those, so that was another highlight of my off season.
Summer sport, boys. How did we find the Ashes series, the BBL, the tennis? Did we get our fix while we were away?
Yeah, I probably. No word of a lie, I probably missed maybe 10 games of BBL over the whole time. And so too with the Ashes. I didn't miss much of that either. So I love day-night test matches. Love it.
Good, aren't they?
How good. Especially, this is my biggest disappointment, is the Western Australian government, for their treatment of the Scorchers. They finished top dog. They beat the Sixers for the right to a home game, but they weren't allowed in. So too with the test side. That's a disappointment because they start at 2 o'clock their time, which is generally about 4 o'clock our time. Therefore, we watch day-night test match until midnight over here, you know, and fucking...
The Adelaide one was really good, and then the Hobart one too, where they had the day night. I do like the day night test too, and for those people that think the long form of the game's gone, I think this series kind of, even though we smashed them for 4-0 or whatever it was still a enthralling series that I found it anyway.
Yeah, 100%, and it's always good when you're not on the receiving end of a 4-0 spanking or a whitewash, which it very, very closely was.
Yeah, it could have been 5-0.
100%. But yeah, the way I see it, if there's no test match, then there's no cricket. I think the long form, regardless of maybe the attendance, I haven't actually seen what the numbers were broadcast wise, but I think if there's no test match, then the shorter forms will struggle as well.
Well, you only have to look at the crowds for the BBL this year. They're down, obviously, COVID and all that kind of stuff, but they'd be lucky to fill the first row of seatings.
Yeah, absolutely.
You watch the tests, they're up in the nosebleeds and everything. It was really good to see.
That's probably to get out of the sun.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I lucked out on viewing most of the cricket because of work commitments and those sort of things. I did get to watch the Ash Barty final game, though. I actually went down to Whitebull the other night to watch that, and went down with a couple of cold beers, just for something different. And I walked into there, and with all the COVID rules and stuff, places have been very quiet and everything. The place was pumping. And you know when you usually walk into a bar and it's like tables, they're all focused on the centre of the table. All the chairs were turned and everyone was just watching the tennis. Yeah. It was a really good night. It was awesome.
Well, I'd be watching it too if there were, what'd you say, 100-inch screen at the Whitebull?
Yeah, they just installed a 100-inch screen, so if you're a little bit weary on the eyes, you can go down there and you'll be able to watch it from across the road.
I need me glasses. I'll be down there every weekend.
Wow.
And so in that second leg there, she come back 5-1 down. I was remembering awesome comeback. And what was the name of the American chick?
Collins or something.
Yeah, Collins. She had a bit of a Gerwin Price feel to her, and she was getting right in there and yelling out and psyching herself up. Yeah,
good to see.
It was good.
It
was exciting. I thought, here we go. Here, this is going to be a bit of a doozy. But then she ended up getting towed up towards the end. But
I've got a confession to make. I picked that she'd choke Barty, and I eat my hat. I'm glad that she didn't, but I just had a feeling that
you can eat more than you have.
She was such a short price favourite. I thought, she's going to drop this.
All the pressure of the world.
Exactly, having first Australian in 40 years,
being the local, plus that record.
Exactly, I just sort of get to her, so I'm happy to eat my hat and eat my words on that. It's a fantastic effort.
She picked up 2.1 million for that.
Yeah, right.
A lot of coin.
And was it Simona Collins or something like that?
Something like that it is, yeah.
So she picked up 1.5 for losing.
Yeah.
I tell you what, 1.5 for losing. Your boy will go in there and get bashed.
What about our highlight of the summer, boys? What was your actual highlight? Can you pinpoint one moment? I might kick us off and give you a bit of thinking time because it's a question without notice. But mine, I think, would have to be the fourth Ashes test, where it came down to the last ball. Australia are poised to win. England were 9 for.
Smith brings himself on.
They had all the fielders in the circle. It was just so... And Ben Stokes couldn't watch. He's hiding his head in his shirt. Again, going back to the long form of the game and how good it can be. Yes, I understand, it can be boring as shit sometimes. You're just over after over and the women hate it. Understand that. But it's games like that and moments like that's the reason you watch Test match.
You can't even get up to go and get a beer. Literally, you wait for an ad break or wait for the end of the over. You're near Usain Bolt into the fridge and back.
So for me, that was the highlight. I think there was a few classic catches in the BBL as well. Maxwell's record-breaking.
No, we're not talking about that.
But
he got he broke the record against the reserve grade side when nothing mattered. If he does that at the start of the season, when the pressure's on big time, or if they need to win that game to make the finals, I'll take my hat off.
Fair enough.
Flat track bully. I am not. No, I'm serious. I am not a Glenn Maxwell fan.
Isn't that what Parramatta got called last year? Flat track bullies?
No, because you got to win to be able to be called that.
Well, that's my highlight. 4th Ashes Test. What about yourself, Jez?
Mate, mine would be the quarters, semis, and the final of the World Darts Championships. Now, I had that little bet on for the charity for Gerwyn Price to win that. Unfortunately, he got outed by Michael Smith, who was playing some unreal spears.
Bully.
Just the quality of it all from the quarterfinal, even from the start of it, but with the lesser known players, one of the juniors in there, he had a 9 data to win the match. And the very last leg, William Boland.
Maybe with some prize money, he can get his teeth fixed. The old Barry Beef.
chompers.
Oh, mate, they are shockers.
You know what they say about palms and teeth. It's just but just that quality that the players were throwing from the quarters through to the final. Just it was one of those things where you had to wait for the breaks to jump up and grab a beer because you think you're going to miss out on something huge.
It's funny stuff like that too. The better things get, like you look at cricket. When you talk about bats and stuff like that, how much better the players are. You'll know, Ches, now. Remember the old feathery flights and all that sort of stuff, the old brassies, and mate, the game has evolved phenomenally in the last few years, and I think that's starting to show too.
Yeah, and coming off that too, they're actually changing from unicorn boards now. They're finding a new sponsor, so it should be Windmill.
It is Winmore Blade. It's the Blade 6.
Yep.
They're the ones that have got the magnet.
They have magnets in the back of them. So bit of technology there and be less bounce out. So Gary Anderson will be loving those bullseyes again. They won't be falling out on him, which will be nice.
Spewing.
Darts Futures, what about you, Jared?
There was a lot that happened. I got COVID. That was positive because I had extra week off. So much happened.
Did you catch any fish while you were away?
It was all right. It was hard going. I think because maybe there might have been a lot of fresh in the water. Might have turned them a little bit dormant, sort of thing. Out off the beach too.
Anyway, fuck, it's not Rex Hunt show. Let's get on to it.
Anyway, it's tricky. I'm going to say Usman Khawaja's double ton. I can't pass it. That bloke's been exiled.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Good call.
Someone had to make way. And, you know,
It was Travis Head who got COVID himself.
That's the only
make way
reason
for him.
why he got in. Travis Head too. For those, when you finish watching this, go and look up. No, serious. Go and look up the drummer from Metallica.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Lars Ulrich.
that's him.
Yep.
I'd have to say that's my highlight of
That was the 4th test as well, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
And then he got promoted to opener in the 5th test and got out for 6.
Yeah. Well, mate, it doesn't matter what he, you know. So
But 100% good call out. It was a great innings, both innings. And they really needed it too at that time.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially that first 100. But then again, to back that 100 up, under the sort of circumstances where that could be where you tend to relax, because the hard work of getting that first 100, after being in the shadows for however long, you finally get that show. You've done your 100, put your feet up and enjoy the rest of the test match.
Yeah.
No, he ended up putting on another 100, which was good.
Boys, I got a little honourable mention just before we head to a break, and that would be my bet at the start of the Ashes series. I don't know if you boys remember, but I picked Josh Hazlewood to be the highest wicket taker. He played in 1 test, and I think he got 3 wickets. I was hoping he'd come back for the 5th test and get a 20-fer, but he never did. So.
Would have need been odds on.
And then I also picked Pat Cummins as the highest wicket taker in the 3rd test, I think, and that was when he got
COVID. It was literally
close
the next
contact.
day.
Ken put a mocker on Australian cricket players.
Who else did you do? You put something on. Was it Jimmy Anderson or one of the English bowlers?
No, I think it was top batter was Steve Smith and David Milan, and they both got out for like under 10, I think. So
well, I had one. What was mine? Marnus.
You're close on yours, and Joe Root.
And Joe
you missed
Root
it by 10 runs or something.
And it might have been Dawood Milan
that got
it. Was
him.
like, it was like 9 runs or something.
Yeah, that would have been a good bet too.
Yeah. I think it was about 950.
Yeah, it was.
I had the full 50 on it too, so.
Yeah. We've had the charity bets have kept running throughout the off-season thanks to our major sponsor, Top Sport, and Tristan there at Top Sport. And we've actually got a few $100 extra in the kitty as well, I think, too. So that's up around the $1,800 mark now, which is great. So we'll probably look at cashing that out in a couple of weeks just before the NRL season and donate all that money 3 ways to our charities. Got You for Life, Royal Flying Doctors, and Starlight Foundation. So going to be some good money going to those charities, and I'm sure they'll put that to good use as well.
Yeah, thanks, boys. Thanks for carrying me too.
You've had one win, haven't you?
Two. Yeah, we'll keep that on the low.
Chaz is the top try scorer.
I would have had a monster if he could have got that basketball one on, but there was, for some reason, it was...
Yeah, probably user error, I think.
Yeah, user error. Yeah, of course it was.
All right, boys, that's just wrapped up our highlights of the summer. We might take a quick little break and we'll come back and we'll talk a bit of footy that's coming up. And I've got a nice little 21 and done, which I knocked up this afternoon as well, and a few other things. So make sure you stick around. We'll be straight back after this.
Another half win. From punters jumping in early or waiting too late. You get a good price on one leg, but the others have shortened dramatically. You still win, but it feels like you half win. Introducing Top Sport's Best of the Best multi. Get top odds on every leg, every time. Don't be one of these. Just bet and forget Bob Multi. Top Sport. Feel the excitement.
Don't let the game play you. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
All right, we're back. Thanks for sticking around. Boys, what we might do now is we might announce the winners of the BBL tipping comp. I know that there's many people out there that want to know the results. Let me just bring it up on my phone and we'll announce who the winners were. It was a great little competition. Some great prize money up for grabs. As I said, only a little 2-month competition. And we're actually going to be running an NRL tipping comp very shortly as well. That's going to go out, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. You have to be an SGM club member to join, so make sure you head on over to our website. It's on screen now. Become an SGM club member, and we'll send you the details for the footy tipping comp as well. So, boys, as far as the BBL comp goes, our winner, who someone hit me with a drum roll.
But I can do it.
It's Bim, 001 on 65 points. Now, a bit of a shout-out to Bim. Halfway through the competition, he was second in the whole competition, not just our little sub-competition, but the whole 12,000 people, Australia-wide. He was running second. I think he finished up about 9th or 10th or 12th or something like that. So big shout-out to Bim. $65 there. Now, I've been in contact with Bim today, so he's going to be the winner of the $350 first prize money.
Cash
Money. He's going to donate $50 to each of our charities, so $150. So he's paying some back to our charities, which is fantastic. So that'll go on top of our charity bet money, which we just spoke about before the ad. So fantastic. Thanks, Bim. And, great bloke.
Yeah, 100%.
Pity he goes for the Raiders.
I was about to say, even from a Raiders supporter, he's a pretty good fella.
Yeah, I don't care what they say about you, mate. You're all right. But I'm going to tell you one thing, right? So this goes to the street man. Used to play a lot of cricket with him.
Yeah.
He'd be listening.
Streety, he came second. Yep.
Now, you're not going to catch the leader if you're in a position where you can't fall a spot. You're never going to catch the leader when you tip the same as the leader.
Well, the problem is you don't know what they tip until after the game starts. So that's the...
No, well, I'm pretty sure you can see before who tipped what. Yeah, absolutely.
Not before the game.
No, 100%, because I spoke to Bim about it, because everyone tipped Adelaide against the Sydney Thunder.
Well, that's a bit stupid if you can, because that's fucking a bit raughty.
Well, mate, I remember I won where my dad works when I was younger.
Settle in for a history lesson, boys.
I won the footy tipping comp there. He was second, I was first, legit, and we were 1 point apart. And he come in revving and roaring on the Monday morning going, how the fuck do you tip? You beat me. Said, I nearly got a full round. I said, well, you don't know how to use a computer, so you give me your tips to put on for you. So I just put on exactly the same as you did, because I put it on for you. Learn how to use a computer, mate.
So Streety, 1987, he came in second. He's about 5 points behind Bim, so Bim was 5 points clear. So that's pretty good too to Bim. And in third place, we got Denny, 86. Now, I've been speaking with Denny, 86, and she's also going to donate her $50 prize money to White Ribbon Australia. So I've told her we'll take care of that for her. So fantastic again.
Absolutely, yeah.
These people obviously didn't cost anything to enter, but they're just happy to be in it for the... Now, Denny, 86, doesn't know a single thing about cricket.
Done well.
And, she's just in it to win it. in it to have a bit of fun, end up coming third, which was fantastic. And as I said, boys, donating all that $50 prize money to the White Ribbon Foundation, which is they do some amazing work there.
That's awesome, isn't it?
Women domestic violence as well.
Yeah.
Who's in fourth, boys? Who's in fourth?
Hey, the number one host.
Hey, number one host. You're looking straight at him. Thank you very much.
Hey, I'll tell you what, you were gifted that too.
I made a late comeback.
Well, I didn't put my tips in for the last 3 rounds because I had the shits because I knew I couldn't.
Just behind me was the popcorn player himself, the man to my right. Ches, where are you, mate?
Mate, I come midfield. I think I missed about 3 or 4 weeks of tipping, and then that's when you started reminding me each week to put my tips on.
You're worse than the kids.
So memory like a sieve.
Mate,
At least you beat your boy.
But I did.
Think of it as like the Melbourne Cup. I'm pretty sure they pay down to 12th.
Yeah,
So
I didn't go too bad.
We shan't be paying down to 12.
I think Danny 86, you might be a little smoky for the NRL tipping comp.
Yeah, well, I can tell you, insider knowledge, she knows a little bit more about the NRL than she does the BBL, so be worried, be on the lookout for her. As I mentioned, the NRL tipping comp will be kicking off very shortly. We've only got 4 or 5 weeks until the season kicks off, so we'll be sending out all the stuff to join the competition in the next probably 3 or 4 days, I suppose, boys, and we'll get that competition underway. And let me tell you, the prize pool has almost doubled. Actually, it has doubled. So there's some great money on offer, free to join for all our SGM club members. You don't have to pay a cent, and some fantastic prize money, and there's going to be some prizes up for grabs as well. So really excited about that.
I'll just have a little shout out too whilst we're on the cricket before we move on. This will be quick. Melbourne Renegades. Well, they finished stone motherless last, did they? Or did they might have crept up in front of... Anyway, they were shit. They were fucking atrocious, to put it nicely. But there was a gentleman by the name of Aaron Finch, played less than
Never heard of him.
Less than half the season. I'm looking at the stats right now. He was 4th overall for the most sixes hit in the tournament, and he's in the top 10 for the most runs scored in the tournament. So well done, Aaron Finch. Well done, mate. Australian captain.
New fella, is he? Or?
Only the 5th ever Australian captain to hold a trophy for any sort of a World Cup. So well
Is that
done.
in first grade, is it? Or?
Well done, mate. Yeah, well, it must have been.
Very good. Old Aaron Finch just gets a mention just about every episode here.
He's turned into the new Ricky Stewart, isn't he?
He's got to
It's a bit of a
retire
plug.
soon, doesn't he?
Eh? Yeah, he would, I'd say. Yeah. And retire a winner too, don't you worry.
On a high, you reckon? Here we go.
Yeah, just go out. Well, if he does, just don't go into commentary because I tell you what, he can play cricket, but he can't commentate for shit.
Yeah, him, Merv Hughes.
Oh, atrocious.
Merv Hughes was probably the worst I think I've ever heard. So
Was that on during the Ashes?
yeah, on Triple M.
Rotten. I watched. So I listened to the first day at work through Triple M. Shout out there. The sponsorship. And then I straight away after that, bang, gone. No.
Yeah.
Downloaded the digital radio on my phone and listened to ABC Grandstand.
If you had to choose between listening to him doing that or Billy Slater on the NRL, who would you choose?
Bunnings and some good quality rope.
Chinese torch.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I shouldn't say that. Oh, jeez. I don't know.
It's hard.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Righto. I'll go Billy Slater only because I can't stand Wally Lewis. I'll listen to him before I listen to Wally Lewis.
Wally Lewis is Billy Slater or Merv Hughes. Wally Lewis wasn't even mentioned.
Yeah, I'm going him because I'd rather listen to him.
What about if it was Billy Slater and Cameron Smith? Or Merv Hughes?
Mate, these answer themselves. I'll turn brethren. I won't even have a TV. Or a radio. Let's move on. We'll get sued.
You can still drink, though.
Like a fish.
Just by yourself. What else we got to talk about, boys? Have we got anything else we want to talk about?
There's carnage in the English Premier League. So what was it? The 5th manager. There's now 8 managers being sacked in England in the soccer. So
How many teams are there? 20.
Yeah. So
Nearly half.
nearly half.
Fucking hell.
And the talk is, I was listening to a channel from England today, and Mikel Arteta, he's the coach of Arsenal, and the burners are on him big time now. So they've lost Aubameyang, so he's going to Barcelona. He's a big signing, big striker for him. He hasn't done shit for him, but yeah, it's carnage over there at the moment. It's a big game if you can get into it because it's big money, but yeah. And how's this for a clause? So over there, they've got like their own clauses. So basically, they've got a contract and they literally pencil stuff in as they go. Jesse Lingard's going to leave Manchester United, going to a different club, going to Newcastle United. So they're owned by the Sheikh. He owns all the oil in the world, basically. So he's got more money than God, to put it lightly. So they said if he scores 5 or more goals and helps Newcastle improve their position on the ladder, they will require a $14 million bonus by the end of the season.
Is that all?
So, but to score 5 goals,
mate.
so 14
Nearly
million.
$3 million a goal.
So Newcastle said, if that's the case, we'll wait till the end of the year. He's a free agent. He'll come to us for nothing. So now Manchester United, so he's off contract. He can just walk away. So now Manchester United have lost a big payday for Jesse Lingard.
Astronomical the amount of money, isn't it, over there?
Yeah. Literally buy a golden boot.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So 5 goals, and you add that up in the Premier League. You know, most defenders could score 3 or 4 on their own, and they're never in the box. They're only up there for the corners. Yeah, right. So 5 goals for $14 million bonus. You'd almost get him to score 4 and then just don't play him for the rest of the season.
Now, I'm not sure whether you had a bet on, but I had one of my charity bets on Francis Ngannou the other week in the UFC. Now, me and my luck, Ngannou, massive striker, big heavyweight. That match, he pretty much wrestled the match.
Went 5 rounds to a decision.
He did, so I lucked out there. Now, there's talk of him switching codes, moving to boxing. Fury wants to have a piece of him. I'm assuming it would be for the title. I don't think he should be in there straight away. He has to earn his spot there.
Yeah.
You've still got the likes of Ruiz, Anthony Joshua, Wilder again.
Boys.
These guys are still sitting there. And the heavyweight boxing is just starting to get interesting. I think if they rush people like that in, it takes the class away. And if they rushed him in and he got a hiding straight up, that'd ruin his career straight away. He might get the nice big paycheck he's looking for, but he'll never get that spot again. He'll just be dropped and he'll end up going back to Bellator or something.
Question. I asked myself this the other day when I heard about it. Deontay Wilder's trying to get another legal court case to try and weasel his way into another. But if you're a promoter, where do you draw the line? If I was obviously Tyson Fury's gone, mate, washed his hands with it, said, mate, I bashed you 3 times. Let's move on.
Yeah. And he's getting $30 million to fight some jobber out of fucking England that he's gonna
some old geezer who'll do in a couple
3
of
rounds.
But boys, if you're a promoter, where do you draw the line and say, mate, regardless of your legal court cases and all this sort of rubbish, let's move on.
There's too much of that kind of shit in boxing. That's what shits me about it. All that kind of, right of rematch and all this kind of stuff, and but 100%. I agree. I'm going back to that. Fuck him off. He doesn't deserve another shot. But Ngannou and Fury, Ngannou, I think he got $600,000 for his UFC heavyweight title defense, and the Gypsy King $30 million. For his fight against Deontay Wilder. So it just kind of shows you the disparity there between the UFC and boxing. And that's not to say that the UFC wouldn't make that kind of money on Ngannou's fight. The fighters just aren't getting paid.
Well, I actually, trying to think of the podcast.
Same game
multi? I was going to say SGM?
Same game multi. No, actually, I've been a bit of a slut.
Joe Rogan?
No.
Can't he fucking rustle some feathers?
Wow. And I tell you what.
Maybe that's what we need to do, boys. Just talk a bit about COVID.
Talk a bit of
shit. And we'll be viral. Let's do that.
Let's get a professor from the uni
We'll do that next week.
Smoke some joints on the show.
The Howie Games.
Oh, yeah.
And this is one from a long time ago. Actually, really good listen if you want to scroll back through. And it's Robert Whittaker. And he said, it took him 3 or 4 years to get good coin out of the UFC. And when he said it, when I'm talking good coin, he said not good coin compared to other sports in the world. So they pay, they must pay reasonable.
Yeah.
But it's not like boxing, like as you said, 30 million. Or you can have Jesse Lingard, but if he scores 5 goals, we want 14 million.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy. Anything else, boys, before we wrap this up? Oh, just back on that BBL tip and comp. We'll be in contact with the winners to get bank account details and everything like that for the ones that are going to take the money, which is perfectly fine.
They're going to transfer us the money, or
two-way street. And so don't worry about that. We'll get in contact and sort all that out. And man of our word, so the money will be in the account. Don't you stress about that.
So BIM, what is it? 300 to
$350 to BIM. He's going to donate 150 back to our charities, so $50 each, which is fantastic. So he's going to take home 200.
Draw me up a
150 for Streety and 50 for Denny86, who again is going to donate that back to the White Ribbon.
Draw me up an odds market. So BIM 350, 150 giveaway, gives him 200. What are the odds on a third of that going to the 5 Dragons at the Railway Hotel to a licensed venue?
There's absolutely 0%. It's I'll give you 90 cents.
90 cents. There you go. I'm losing money. So, BIM, stay away from pokies, mate. Either that or going straight on his sport, onto his top sport or something.
Or through the Carlton Dry Tap.
Yeah.
One of the three.
No, he's off the Carlton Dries.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
he's had a switch.
Yeah, they're too heavy for him. Yeah, about 12 months. It was when the COVID restrictions are on and you're only allowed 10 per table. Bar staff come up to us at the Water and Hole and said, oh, just so you know, I'm not, rules are rules. There's more than 10 at the table. And I was counting, there was 10. BIM was 11, but he wasn't on the table. He wasn't, he wasn't on, he wasn't off, but he was asleep up against the Keno machine. Bloody 9 o'clock at night. So said, well, technically he's asleep and he's leaning up against the Keno machine, So ever since then, and a night at the brewery, might have been Corshie's, something to do with Corshie or something. Anyway, Hackett said he was rotten when he got down to the brewery, and so he's off the heavies during the day.
Very good. All right, we'll take another quick break. We'll be back with 21 and Done and Beer of the Week.
You can't beat Top Sport's best of the best multis. Top odds are guaranteed during any Saturday Metro meeting. Plus, there's best of the best to win up to $5,000 on Saturday Metro too. Top Sport. Feel the excitement.
Gamble responsibly.
All right, we're back for the last segment of the show, the fun segment, as we like to call it. 21 and Done, it's back this year. It was great last year. We tried to come up with some ideas about what else we could do. We're pretty stupid and couldn't come up with anything, so we just bring back an old... Wait, didn't hear your ideas coming through. So we brought back an old favourite, 21 and Done. Got to some questions on paper this afternoon, rushed them. Now, boys, just to let you know, there's going to be a bit of summer sport, bit of cricket, bit of tennis, and also a bit of NRL, because I'm really looking forward to the NRL season this year. Again, only 4 short weeks away. Cannot wait. The All-Stars games, I think February 12th, couple of weeks. Next weekend.
Teams have been named,
I've seen those team lists.
The Indigenous team looks good too.
I was about to say, I think it might be a bit of a bashing for the...
Nah. We said that last year and it was very close.
See what happens with all the COVID too, how many other people pull out. But anyway.
Safest method.
21 Done, it's back. Buzzers, have we got new buzzers this year?
Bertman.
Nope.
The old classic, just a winning.
Just a winning buzzer.
I should change mine then. Cheers,
all right. Okay. Pretty easy couple to start with, as always. I do like and especially seeing it's the first one for the year, I thought I'd make these real easy.
We've heard that before.
Okay, which team won BBL 11?
Bertman, that was Perth Scorchers.
Perth Scorchers, very good. Follow-up question, who did they beat?
Bertman, Sydney Sixers.
Just repeat that.
Sydney Sixers.
Who's your team?
Perth Scorchers.
2-0, come on, Ches, all right. Name me 2 players the Dolphins have recruited for the 2023 season.
Ray Stone from Parramatta and Kafusi.
Oh, which Kafusi?
Felice.
Oh, the old dirty dog one. Old elbow Kafusi. Yes. A couple of others there. We've got Jesse Bromwich, Mark Nichols, the
good
goat from the South, and Jermaine Osako, your boy. Mm-hmm. I tell you what, do you reckon Bennett's just getting all these old fellas so he doesn't feel as old?
Yeah.
The average age would be 30, I reckon, at the moment.
No,
they need some good young signings.
I seen a statement that he said they're building a team for the future, not a team for 1 year. So,
but half of those players are going to retire after.
I think it's more like an older sort of audience to bring. Yeah,
don't get me wrong, they're good signings and they'll bring a good foundation to the club, but they've got to get some young blood. Anyway, moving on, we'll talk about that next week. As of right now, which team does Top Sport have as third favourite to win the NRL minor premiership?
Oh, shit. Ches, I'll have a stab here and say Manly.
Third favourite to win the comp.
Minor premier.
Oh, minor premiers.
Minor premiers.
Oh, goodness.
Listen.
Oh, fucking sorry.
I'll turn your headphones up.
Sorry, sir. Well, they were down that fucking low. I'm going to win the Miners, I'm going to say
Third favourite.
third favourite to win the Miners. Para?
I haven't looked at that market yet. Oh, Roosters.
Yay!
Hey!
The Roosters.
To win the Miners.
So, yeah, third favourite. So we've got the Panthers a favourite at $4.50,
And Storm.
$4.60.
Yep.
And Roosters are paying $5.50. So if you
There you
like
go.
them, you better get on that right now, mate, because they will come in, especially if they don't have any injuries this year. Multiple choice. First multiple choice. How many sets were played in the men's final
Birdman.
of the Oz Open?
5.
5 is correct. I'll give Ches a point for that one and give you a point for this one just now. That's correct. It was, I didn't even get to give you the multiple choices.
I was waiting for him.
A3, B4 or C5.
5.5 hours long.
So it was,
Yeah.
so Rafael Nadal versus Medvedev. It was 2-6, 6-7, 6-4, 6-4, 7-5.
I finished this after 1 a.m.
Crazy.
Watch the end of that. Bit late.
Good
for me.
comeback. I saw Rafa, he's 2 sets down. He's paying $5.90 on the live betting. I was wanting to get on.
Maybe we should organise Top Sport, Manscaped, to organise him some new jocks because he seems to be picking his ass all the fuck.
How good are those jocks?
Oh,
They're
yeah.
the best.
I told you.
The best. All right. Who bowled the final over in the thrilling fourth Ashes test?
Bertman, the last over was Steve Smudgy Smith.
Smith, you answered it before too.
Yeah.
When we were talking about it. Ches, 5 versus 1, mate. Come on.
Good day for a comeback.
Jackson Hastings has signed with which NRL club? Come back from the Super League. What used to play with Manly. He signed with an NRL club for this season.
Bertman, not the Tigers.
Is that a question or an answer?
Question. It's a answer.
Tigers is correct.
Yeah, West Tigers. Yeah.
6 plays 1. Who did the wizard, Simon Whitlock, beat to fuck up Chez's last leg of his 9-leg multi last
Ches,
week?
I'll let him answer it.
Dirk Van Dugenberg.
Yes, that's the one.
What a name.
8 legs, 8 legs
8
in,
out of 9 legs.
and the wizard comes in.
And then Wizard was riding that horse for you as well.
He was.
in the last league.
Former Brisbane and Dragons winger is Wendell. Who?
Ches.
Bertman. Oh, yeah.
Sailor.
Sailor, yes, he's coming back. 6 plays 3. Another multiple choice. How many sets did Ash Barty lose during her Oz Open campaign? Is it A, 0,
Birdman,
B,
0.
2, or C, 4?
0.
0 is correct. You got to wait till give all the answers.
sorry, Dad.
Otherwise I'm going to have to lock you out next time.
Sorry, mate.
Just to give Ches a chance.
Bit slow.
0. She was the third woman since 2000 to do so. So undefeated. She had a great campaign. How old was Scott Boland when he made his test debut in the Boxing Day test?
Oh, excuse me. That's not a new buzzer. Ches. I have a jag here. 22.
Bertman, 24.
Bit north of that.
Stab.
Bit north.
Oh, yeah.
21.
No, north. North.
I was listening.
Bertman, 28.
Nah, it's over 30. Come on.
Over 30.
Over 30.
Oh, fucking hell.
Let's go 32.
Yay! 32 is correct. So still chance for you yet, mate. Still hope.
Hey, there's
Still hope.
Yeah, keep telling yourself.
Play with Finch.
What 3 colours are on the North Queensland Cowboys logo?
Ches. White. Now. Gold. Yellow gold.
Yeah,
if that's
yeah.
a colour.
Yes.
And the purple.
Navy.
It's like a, not lavender, but it's a purple. It's sort of a blue. Yeah, the same as your coat there, navy.
Yeah, Navy. Yes, Navy. 7 plays 5. He's catching up. Fantastic. So, yes, I've got blue or navy, yellow and white. So, yeah. Okay. With hands like flippers is England's wicketkeeper Joss who?
Bertman, Butler.
Butler.
Jossie boy.
Cannot hold a catch.
End up going home too, didn't he?
Cannot hold a catch. They subbed him out for the 5th.
Yeah, he went
Brought
home.
in, who they bring in, that BBL player?
Was from the yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Anyway, we'll get to that next week.
They also had Johnny Bairstow in there, who's a keeper.
What about Johnny Bairstow? Fuck, that fella hates the sun.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen him?
Yeah.
And good to see a bit of a rotund cricket player still around.
100%.
I like it.
There's not enough of them.
No. All right, we're up to which Super League club has Mitch Pearce signed with?
Bertman, Catalan Dragons.
Yes. 9 plays 5. He's creeping away again. Who was England's top run scorer in the Ashes series?
Oh, it's very close.
Buzz in. Do you actually know any England cricket players?
Not really. Not from this era.
Bertman, I'm going to say Joe Root.
Correct.
It's very close between him and
322, and I think the next closest was Benny Stokes, but he was a fair way off.
was he? It might have been extras. I'm serious. It was right up there.
Oh, is it? All right, that one's done. Who will Nick Kotrick play for this year?
Bertman.
Ches. There you go.
the Raiders.
Raiders. This is going to be a whitewash. 11-5. Multiple choice. Last one. Which of these 3 stadiums has the most capacity? Is it A, the Gabba, B, Adelaide Oval, or C, the SCG?
Ches, Adelaide.
Yes, correct. 53,500 at Adelaide. Got 48,601 at the SCG. And 42,000 at the Gabba. Fuck, you'd be pissed if you went with your mate and you were the 48,602 person, wouldn't you?
If he's standing in the aisle.
That'd be a good place, good game to take your missus to. Sorry, Day, you can't come in.
Oh, you're going to have to wait out the front.
They're at capacity. So, yeah, Adelaide Oval is correct. Give you a point for that one. 6 plays, 11. Mr. Bertman
She
is
wouldn't be happy sitting in the car all day either.
waiting for you. Who wore number 12 for the Panthers in last year's grand final?
Oh. Well, it's one of 2. Bertman, I'm going to say Liam Martin. He was wearing 11.
Incorrect.
Kurt Capewell.
Kurt Capewell, yes. Nice. Good memory. What are the first names of the Saifiti twins?
Bertman, Jacob and Daniel.
Yes, correct. We've got 12 plays, 7. 3 questions to go. No, 2 questions to go, sorry. Which team came last in this year's BBL?
Bertman. Oh, we were talking about this earlier. It's,
Buzz in quick.
Renegades.
Renegades.
It was it? I wasn't sure if they got
It was a Renegades. Yeah, I was very quiet when you mentioned it before because I knew this question was coming up. All right, last question. We have a 13 plays, 7. This question is worth 7 points. Thanks, Ches. Now, this is going to be a write your answer down and going to fate in your own hand just like last year. We kind of touched on it a little bit before, but how much prize money did Rafa receive for winning the Men's Australian Open? The bracket is between 2 million and 3 million. Closest to wins 7 points. Rightio. Birdo's locked in. Ooh. Read me your answer, Birdo.
2.4 million.
Read me yours, Ches.
2.5 million and 1 cent.
The answer is 2.875. So Ches gets the 7 points and also takes the victory. First one of the year,
I
mate.
can't claim that victory. Birdo won that one.
No, you had 2.4, you had 2.5.
No,
That's
overall.
Hey,
2.5 and 1.
I got the question.
the host is final decision maker and his decision stand. Thank
I don't
you
mind
very
copping a
much.
flogging here and there. It's all good.
I've heard that. Very good, boys. First 21 and done of the year, done and dusted. Ches off to a victory. How good is that? I kind of feel there might be a bit of change in the landscape this year. I think you might get a few.
I've been
up.
trying to do the gardens. The rain's been holding me up. But,
Birdo's been distracted by his Snapchat yet
No.
again.
hopefully that form continues on with the charity bets and then the NRL multis.
Yes,
We'll
plenty of
leak into
coming
those.
up. Beer of the week, boys. Let's jump right into that. Again, it's back thanks to the Whitebull Hotel, being great sponsors of the show last year and continuing this year. Now, Hawkeye wasn't there this afternoon when we went through, but what has he left aside for you?
He was out the back working hard, wasn't he? Stacking
Hardly
away
working.
pallets and Well, that's what we were told anyway.
Around the
Mate,
corner.
I had to handpick this one. We got a Stone and Wood Pacific Ale.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if we'd done this before or
Yeah,
not.
that was the trouble, wasn't it?
No, we had the green one.
Go
Yeah,
the
had the Green Coast Lager.
Is it the Garden Ale?
And then there's the Cloud Catcher we've had. And I wasn't sure if we had this one.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd give it a crack. So we're not sure. We've had a fair few beers last year. We can't remember.
And the lads at Stone and Wood are great too. So.
I'll tell you what, we actually make down at the Whitebull, we have a battered barramundi. We do it in a beer batter made from Stone and Wood. So, mate, these are good. These are crisp. They're not too full on. Slightly fruity, that bit of a slight craftiness taste to them, but they're not over the top. Quite enjoyable. And they are a full strength too, I believe. 4.4%, slightly smaller bottle at a 330ml. This warrants a 4.5 lid for me.
Great way to kick off the year, boys. Yourself, mate?
Yeah, I'm going to follow closely behind. I'm going to give it 4. It's going to lose half a lid because it's a pop twist top.
Yeah, that is the only downfall with them.
Don't make it hard.
Anything else you want to add to it, mate?
No, it's actually delicious. Easy drinking too, and it's been a hard day on the tools today too, it has.
Would be after 16 weeks off, whatever it was.
I tell you what, I said to Ches, I'm trying to stop drinking during the week, but
What's
Mate,
Thursday? What's it class as?
so if I don't drink Sunday, then Thursday is Friday Junior. So if I drink Friday Junior, I drink Friday and Saturday.
3-day weekend.
Yeah.
Nice. Boys, they've actually fixed myself up with the Canadian club soda and lime. I've been desperate to try this over the summer. Seen it advertised on TV. And tell you what, it's not a bad drop. Not a lot of flavour to it. But I think it'd be really good. You come in from the lawn, mowing the lawn on a hot summer's day, ice cold, crack it, and it'll be down in 2 mouthfuls. But
It'd be hot mowing the lawn watching your wife, wouldn't it?
it's hard work, watching, because she doesn't do it right.
Yeah, low in sugar too, I read.
Yeah, low in sugar, which is fantastic. So good for the waistline, which I'll tell you what, after the off-season, I fucking need that.
Give some stats. There's a couple on there too.
So it's 4.8%, which is fantastic. 1.4 standard drinks. So you don't drink while you're pregnant, though. Alcohol can cause a lifelong harm to your baby. So shout out to my mum. She obviously was a bit of an alco whilst I was in the fetus stage of my life. But anyway, but yeah, fantastic. Get on down to the Whitebull and pick yourself up either a 6-pack of the Stone and Wood or the CC soda and lime, or both.
6-pack?
Or a carton of
A
each.
carton.
When
Get yourself a 10-pack of CC and dries while you're there, or some Bundy rum.
I was more pointing out the fact that there's only 31 calories per 100 ml, but you went.
Oh, bypass that. Yeah, 30,
I
exactly,
reckon-
31 calories. What's
I reckon
that?
a bit of crushed ice and some fresh lime.
I think
and
I'd
that'd be mint.
I'd lose that on a good toilet session. 31 calories, I reckon.
Ice. Mate, you can't promote that.
Not the Garaween ice, the one out of the freezer.
Oh, sorry. I've been living over that way too long.
Oh, boys. All right. We're going to wrap this show up.
What about charity bets?
Oh, charity bets. I don't have one.
Don't you?
No.
I got a little special for this
All right,
weekend. Just a quick
we'll
one.
We'll put the whole 150 on yours.
Righto.
Let's go.
Little 3-legger.
Unless you got one.
No.
No, I don't have one.
Now we've got the Darts Senior World Championships on this weekend. Phil Taylor makes a stunning return from a couple of years' absence.
Is Whitlock in that?
He's not quite, and I'm fucking lucky he's not in, 'cause otherwise I wouldn't have had a bet on it. Mate, he started off at $2.50. I thought his price would have been about $1.30. Chucked the house on it. He's down to $2. So I've got him to win the comp outright this weekend. Into John Higgins and Ronnie O'Sullivan in the Championship League in the snooker. Their games are on Thursday. So we're going to whack the whole hog on. That's paying $4.18 at Top Sport for those 3 legs.
Yeah, in the snooker, I like the snooker. Yeah, what's that joke about the fellow he lined up and he couldn't decide whether he's going to take the pink or the brown or something? You know that?
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Anyway,
Just hit the middle and
So,
see which way it deflects.
yeah.
So
Two in the pink, one in the stink.
If that one gets up for 150, that'll be a potential return of 626 minus our 150. So what's that for profit? $470.
A lot.
$476 profit there.
Delicious.
So
And going to a great cause as well. So we'll whack the whole 150 on that because J-Rod and myself came a bit unprepared this week. But boys, next week we're going to dive into the NRL. So what we're going to do next week, there'll be 4 weeks left until the start of the footy season. We're going to preview 4 teams each week and do a deep dive, a big sesh on each of the teams, have a look at their signings,
Study.
who's in, who's out, have a look at their prices, top 4, top 8, premiership, all that kind of stuff, and do a really in-depth preview, 4 teams at a time. So really looking forward to sinking our teeth into that. Ches has already done the research for next week. That's how keen he is.
I'm a
to
week
get it
ahead.
done.
And I'm super keen to wait till October when the team standings come out for the finals. Got a bet with one of the boys at work. You know who you are. He's bet me the Bulldogs are going to make the top 4. I told him he's fucking dreaming. And he said, let's put a carton on it.
Yeah,
and I
you
said,
a bet as well?
Yeah. No, St George St George to finish higher than Parramatta.
I said, if we're having a bet on a carton, it's going to be a good one. So it'll be a Bogues or a James Squires or something like that. Or maybe some of these fellas, they Stoner Woods. So you know who you are, and I'll be looking for that. And make sure you get a hot one so I can keep it till Christmas.
Yeah, bit of fucking Christmas beer. Yeah, I was challenged that St George had finished higher than Parramatta in the premiership race. So thanks, mate. That's money for Jam.
Delusional.
So yeah, really looking forward to sinking our teeth into that from next week. So if you do like the previews of the NRL, keep an eye out because we're going to do a big deep dive into it.
Too bad we didn't have 5 weeks. Could have done 1 week just on the Roosters. That would have made more.
No one would fucking listen.
To say be our lowest fucking.
You'd be doing it on your own.
As I mentioned, we will be kicking off our NRL tipping comp very shortly. Make sure you head over to our website, sign up to become an SGM club member. It's free, completely free, and that gets you into the draw to go into our competition. Got some great things happening this year. Very excited about the year ahead. Anything else, boys, before we wrap her up?
Let's do it.
No, I don't think
Go
so.
home. Go home. We're a bit late. We're a bit behind schedule because...
Some of us work a real job.
Yeah, apparently. All right, thanks for sticking around. We'll be back next week. As I said, great NRL previews coming up over the next month. Looking forward to the 2022 season. Cannot wait for it, so really looking forward. And that's about it. We'll catch you on the flip side. See yous.